Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Sir Tutorial. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn two new programs using if-else statements. As you can see in the screen, I have already written the questions. The first question is that we have to calculate the electricity bill according to the some criteria given in the questions. The first 100 units, if we use, we have to pay 2 per unit. For the next 200 units, we have to pay rupees 3 per unit, and after that, above 300 units, we have to pay rupees 5 per unit. And also, we have to add surcharge of 2.5% if the number of units consumed is above 300 units. Using this formula, we have to prepare a Python programs. Okay. So let's start without wasting any time. In the first statement, what I am going to use, I am going to input the name of the customer. Okay. So for that, we have to declare a variable name. Input enter the name of the customer. In the next line, we are going to take the number of units consumed. So variable name is unit. As this is an integer, we have to typecast it using int, and then we have to accept the values from the user. Input into the number of unit consumed. Why I am making so much mistakes today? Enter the number of unit consumed. Okay, these are the two inputs that we have to take from the user. The first one is the name of the customer, the second one is the number of unit we have consumed. Next, I am declaring a variable which will store the results of the amount. Say empty equal to 0. Now we have to use this if-else statement to solve the problems. The problem is said for first 100 units. So we have to write unit less than equal to 100. If I have units 100 units up to 100, if my total consumed unit is 100, then amount will be how much? It will be 2 per unit. So I have to write what will be the calculation strength. It will be unit unit into 2, right? Elif, instead of else, if we have to use the elif statement, as we have already discussed in the previous class. Why we are using the elif statements? If there is more than 2 conditions we have to use, then we use elif statements. So here there is a multiple conditions are there, so we are using elif statements here. Next, if unit greater than 100 and unit less than equal to 200. Column. So what will be calculation? Empty equal to 100 into 2 plus unit minus 200, that should be kept in the bracket minus how much? 3 per unit. Okay, this is the second condition, and the last condition, elif if it is more than 300 units, it should be up to 300 because it's say next 300. So from 100 to next 300 means it's up to 300 units. So I was made a mistake in the first case. Now it is correct. If unit greater than 100 and less than equal to 300, so what will be the calculation? It will be for the first 100 units, 100 into 2, next unit minus 100 into 3. So for the above 100 units, we have paid 3 per unit into 3. And now it is correct. Next is, if I consume more than 300 units, then elif unit greater than 300. So how much money I have to pay? Amount equal to, for the first 100 unit I have to pay 2 per unit. For next 200 unit, how much I have to pay? For the next 200 unit you have to pay 3 per unit. So 3. Above 300 unit, for above 300 unit I have to pay how much? Unit minus 300. And that should be kept in the bracket unit minus 300 into 5 per unit. Okay, that is all. So we have calculated the problems. Now we have to print the results. What is the result? The final output, what will be coming. So print, first I have to print the name of the customer, name of the customer, name of the customer is name, next we also need to print the final amount, print, make a mistake again, print total amount need to be paid comma empty. That is all. Now let's try to run the program and see whether I am getting the correct results or not. So I can give any name, XYZ, name of the customer. Now enter the number of unit consumed. So how much amount I have consumed? Say for 80 unit I have consumed. So for that 80 unit, how much money I have to pay? I have to pay 2 rupees. That means 160 per call. So let me see whether I am getting the correct results or not. Yes, this is the correct result. So hopefully I'll get. ये सब pop-up जो open है बहुत disturbing चीज़ है. See, so what is my problem? My problem is to find out the total number of total money, or how much money I have to pay. Enter the name of the customer XYZ and enter the number of unit consumed 80. So it shows the name of the customer XYZ and total amount need to be paid 160. 80 into 2, 160. So the output is correct for the first case. So These are all the previous programs written. So students, don't worry, I'll share all those notes in the comment sections. I'll give the I'll give the links of the programs. You can download it from the comment sections. And if you have any kind of doubt regarding this problem, please try to mention in the comment section so that I can solve the problem also. And if you think this video is helpful for you, then try to share with your friends so that others can also get benefited from this video, and also try to subscribe, share and like this video. It will help us to upload this kind of content more and more. Name of the customer. Okay, so name of the customer is name and the total amount is the amount. The program is working fine. Let me run the program once again and try to give some other output. Say name of the customer is Ram, and I have let's be slow. Enter the number of unit. How much unit I have consumed? Say for example, I have consumed 101 unit. Okay, so it's 203. Why 203? For the first 100 units is 2 rupees per unit, it's 200, and for the next 200 units is 3 rupees per unit. So how much unit I have consumed? More than 100 units is 1 unit. 101 unit I have consumed. For the 100 unit I have to pay 200 rupees unit into 2, and for rest 1 unit I have to pay 3 rupees. So this condition is satisfied. 100 into 2 plus 101 minus 100, that is 1, into 3. So 3 plus 200 is 203. So you can say we have the problem is fine, it is working correctly, and our output also right. Okay, now students, we can go to the next problems and try to solve the problems also. This is our next problems. I have written the questions already. So go through the question once. A prepaid taxi charges from the passenger as per the following traffic given below. Distance rate up to 5 km 100 rupees is almost the same concept we have to use that is use previous programs. For the next 10 km 10 rupees per kilometer, for the next 10 km 8 rupees per kilometer. I think we have made one mistake in the program, that we did not use the surcharge, right? Now let me add the surcharge here. Sometimes it's happened that we forget something to add. If so, what we have to do, if the unit consumed is above 300 unit, 2.5% surcharge to be added. So we have to add the 2.5% surcharge. With whom? With the total amount that is calculated. So total amount is this one. With this we have to calculate a surcharge. Into 5. So here we are calculating the surcharge. Equal to amount into 0.025 into okay. So we are calculating the surcharge against the total amount, that is 0.025. that is the 2.5%. Now we have to print the searches also. One thing, I can print the searches here. No. Just giving a condition over there. If unit greater than 300, then print the search change. Print search is equal to comma, then I have to print the search SUR. And because searches is a variable, so we have to declare its type. So I can write searches SUR equal to 0. Okay, I think now it is okay. Now let me run the program again. So 303. I made a mistake. Let me run the program again. Run. What mistake? I have given a value instead of the name, so that I stop the program. Now say 30 free unit. Let me see what will be my search. So enter the name, unit consumed, number of RAM, total amount to be paid is 815, and the searches is this. So okay, so again the program is working fine. Some mistakes I have made in the previous program, that has been corrected. What is the mistake? Mistake was that the problem is say that if my unit is more than 300, then I have to print the searches also. I did not use these conditions last time, so I made these corrections. Hopefully you have understood the problems, what are the mistakes and what is the correction to be made. Again, students, if you think you have any kind of doubts, please do write in the comment section. I'll try to solve your all the comments and try to subscribe and share with your friends also. Now let's go for the next programs. This is the second one. A prepaid taxi charges from the passenger as per the traffic given below. Now, what are the things we have to accept for the users? Number of unit, number of kilometer we have traveled, right? Up to 5 kilometers we have to pay 100 rupees. For the next 10 kilometers, 10 per kilometer. For more than 10 kilometer, 8 per kilometer. For more than 25 kilometer, 5 kilometer per. And program input, distance cover, calculate and paid the amount bills. Taxi number, distance cover and amount. These are the three things we have to accept from the user. So first is taxi number. Taxi number equal to, I can write whatever I want. Input, because taxi number is alphanumeric character, so we have to use the string variables to store alphabets. So I'm not using int. Instead of using int, I'm directly writing input into the taxi number. Okay. Next, I have to input distance cover. So I can write dist, distance and numeric. So I have to use int. Then I have to write input enter the number of kilometer travel. Enter number of kilometer enter number of kilometer traveled. Okay, next thing whatever we have to do, we have to calculate the amount. So amount equal to 0. If dist less than equal to, I have to give the condition up to 5 kilometers. The first condition is up to 5. So if I go up to 5 kilometers, I have to pay amount equal to 100. Right, for the first 5 kilometers, I have to pay 100 rupees. Next, elif. What if the condition you have to mention? The conditions mentioned need to be for the next 10 kilometers. For the next kilometer after 5 kilometers. It means k greater than 5, because we have already calculated for the first kilometer, so it will be greater than 5, and k less than equal to 15 kilometers. Next 10 after 5, so 5 plus 10, it will be 15. So how much money I have to pay? Amount equal to 100 for the first 5 kilometers plus mt minus 5, the kilometer that you travel more than 5 kilometers, that need to be calculated here. So amount minus 5 into 10 per kilometer. Next, elif, not elsif. Elsif generally used in the other programming languages, not in Python. Came for the next 10 kilometers. So how many kilometers we have already calculated? 15, up to 15. Next 10 kilometers, that is greater than 15, and dist is not came. See, I am making so much mistakes today. dist okay, so dist greater than 15 and dist less than equal to 25, because 25 by 25, because next 10 after 15. So if we add 10 kilometer with 15, 10 with 15, that is 25. So we are calculating the distance between 15 to 25 kilometers. mt equal to, how much money we have to pay? You have to pay 100 rupees for the first 5 kilometers. Next, 50 rupees. Next, you have to pay 100 rupees also for the next 10 kilometers. So I can write also like this. Anything is possible. I can directly write 100, or we can write like this also. Plus 80 rupees. Plus we have not 80 rupees. Now I have to calculate how much kilometer I have traveled more than 15 kilometers. So after 15 kilometers, this one is for the first 5 kilometers. This one is the next 10 kilometers. 10 into 10. Say if I go more than 15 kilometers, then how much? Okay, the third condition is this: if your distance covered is more than 15 kilometers but up to 25 kilometers. So what will be the calculation? Calculation will be for the first 5 kilometers, we have to pay 100 rupees. This one, this. Next kilometer is 15 to 5 to 15. So for 5 to 15 kilometers, we have to pay 10 rupees for each kilometer. So 10 into 100. This is the calculation for 5 to 15 kilometers. Next is, if our kilometer distance covered is more than 15 kilometers, so how we will calculate? Distance, total distance minus 15 into 8 per kilometer. अब मे बी स्टूडेंट्स आप लोग सोच रहे हो व्हाई आई हैव रिटन ऑल दोज कंडीशंस. एक्चुअली मेरा नेट का थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम था, इशू था, तो इन द मेन टाइम आई हैव रिटन ऑल द कोर्स. नाउ आई एम रिस्टार्टिंग माई वीडियो एंड explaining everything. Okay, if you have any kind of doubt, please do comment in the comment section. I'll try to explain everything. The last one is, if your distance cover is more than 25 kilometers, so what will be the calculation? This one is for first 10 kilometer, first 5 kilometers, 100 rupees, which is given in the question. Next one is the 10 into 10. Next 10 kilometers, 80. How it is 80? It is 80 because if my distance covered between 15 to 25 kilometer, how much money I have to pay? I have to pay 8 per kilometer. So from 15 to 25 we have a 10 kilometers, to 10 into 8. This is 80. And the last one is, if my distance covered is more than 25 kilometers, per kilometer 5 rupees. तो ऐसे ये calculate होगा. After calculating all those things, you have to finally print the outputs. Taxi number, the variable taxi number. Next, distance given, how much distance you have covered. So dist is the variable which will give you the how much distance we have covered, and the final amount, how much money we have to pay. Okay, that's all about these programs. Okay, let me explain the program from the beginning once again. These two lines. First line is used to take the taxi number. Next line is used to take the how much distance we have covered in kilometer. So dist is the variable. Next हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, अगर मेरा डिस्टेंस कवर अप टू 5 किलोमीटर है तो हम लोग अमाउंट 100 रुपीज़ पे कर रहे हैं. अगर मेरा 55 से 15 तक किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस है तो पहला 5 किलोमीटर्स के लिए आई हैव टू पे 100 रुपीज़. एंड मोर देन 5 किलोमीटर अप टू 15 किलोमीटर्स के लिए हम लोगों को क्या पे करना पड़ेगा, जितना भी ज़्यादा हुआ है हर एक किलोमीटर के लिए 10 रुपीज़ एक्स्ट्रा. एंड दिस इज द कैलकुलेशन. नेक्स्ट 15 टू 25 किलोमीटर्स के लिए क्या करना है, फॉर फर्स्ट 5 किलोमीटर्स 100 रुपीज़. नेक्स्ट 10 किलोमीटर्स अप टू 15 किलोमीटर्स तक तो 10 इंटू 10 100. नेक्स्ट 15 से जो भी ज़्यादा हुआ है dist minus 15 into 8. Last one is, if we have traveled more than 15 kilometer, then first 5 kilometers के लिए 100 rupees, next 10 kilometers के लिए 100 rupees. This is up to 15 kilometers, and this is up to 25 kilometers. From 15 to 25, how much money you have to pay? 8 rupees per kilometer. So 10 into 8. Next one is more than 25 kilometers. So this will give you how much kilometer you have traveled more than 25 into 5 per kilometer. So dist minus 25 into 5. Okay, let me run the program. I think net connection is slow, so it can take some time. And students, if you like this video, so try to share with your friends and subscribe the channel so that you can get the information whenever I upload a same video again. Okay, let me see its connection. It's connected. Okay, so it's taking time. Run the program again.